Hello, welcome or welcome back. Today I'm doing another Neville Says from Neville Goddard's lecture series, Volume 1, and today's quote is all about trusting your imagination, putting full faith in your imagination, because that is really the key to all of this. So that's what I'm talking about today. Stick around. My name is Hedley Dorenzi and I am a qualified life coach and author. I am also super passionate about the amazing teachings of the Law of Assumption as originally taught by the great American mystic Neville Goddard. It is the stories that we tell that create our life, so if you want to change your life, then you have to change the story. And if you want to create the most amazing life, then you need to know how to tell the most amazing stories, and that is why I am here. Since rediscovering these teachings, I'm telling myself much better stories, and I want to help you to do the same. If you would like help with this, I am available for coaching. I also have a free 21-day Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course that is available for instant access right now, or if you just want to stay connected, I am on Instagram. All of those details are in the box below. Okay, let's get into it. Today's quote is taken from Neville Goddard's lecture series, Volume 1, in which he shares 40 lectures. Today's quote is from the 4th lecture called Trust in God, or perhaps a better way of saying it is trust in your imagination, because God is imagination and imagination is God. You are God, so you are imagination. Okay, I am just going to get straight into the quote. Don't believe anyone outside your own wonderful human imagination. If you believe in God, you can be penniless, yet walk in the assumption of wealth and be wealthy. Learn to trust your own wonderful human imagination, for He is the only God. Do that and you will never go wrong. Okay, so what Neville is saying in this quote is basically don't believe in anything or anyone outside your own human imagination, your own wonderful human imagination, which is who you are, which is your infinite and eternal power. It is what is going to bring you everything that you could possibly ever want and need in this world. It all begins in your imagination. Imagination is what is real. Reality is just the reflection of what is real, which is your imagination. We have been taught the opposite. We have been taught that reality is real, imagination is false, a waste of time, just not worth our attention. It could not be further from the truth. Your imagination is what creates your reality, so you want to be using it effectively and consciously every single day to create the states that you want to experience in your reality. What is really important in this quote is to not believe in anyone outside your own wonderful human imagination. That is the case with all teachers, all gurus, anyone who is putting themselves up as the kind of a god or authority over you. Even me, I am a support character in your movie. You are the star of your movie. I am just showing up as a support character. That is the case with every single character that is showing up in your reality. No one has power over you. Nothing that is outside of you has power over you. People and also things. And what we have done, and we've been taught, we've been brought up, that's the way the kind of the world works, is we've been taught to look outside of ourselves at adults, at teachers, at people in positions of power and authority as somehow more superior or having more power or somehow better than ourselves. That's just another one of the many illusions that is designed, we have designed to help us play the game, because if all of this was easy and we knew we were God and we were the creators of our reality, there's no adventure. So all of this reality has been set up so that we can overcome it and return to who it is that we truly are, which is God, which is imagination. So it's just like, you know, little obstacles in the maze on the course that has been designed by us to help us overcome the illusion so that we can return to who it is that we truly are and remember who it is that we truly are. It just wouldn't be fun otherwise, you know, it's all an adventure. So nothing and no one outside of you has any power over you, and that includes the Prime Minister or the President of your country, or somebody who was born into royalty, or anyone with any kind of position, a CEO or anyone. No one is above you. Absolutely no one is above you, not even the wisest, sagest teacher that you can possibly find or come across. You are the one. You are your own authority, and it is up to you to remember that. And this is not coming from an egoic place. This is not coming from any disrespect to anybody else. This is just simply you claiming the power of your imagination and knowing that it is your imagination that creates your reality. This is not an egoic statement by saying that you are God, you are your imagination, and you are your only authority. That's not what this is about. And if anyone says, oh, doesn't that make you a narcissist? Then that is just them not yet claiming their full power. Because when you know your full power, when you come into the truth of you being your own authority and you being the cause of your reality, you're coming from a place of elevation. So you're expanding your consciousness, and then you're realizing with your power that you're creating these states in your movie. You're realizing that this power is infinite. It's not just you, it extends to everyone in your movie. It's all about having a better experience. And so you can't do that if you're condemning anyone else, because as soon as you condemn somebody else, you're condemning yourself. It gets reflected back onto you. So when you realize that and come into the truth of that, then you stop judging, you stop condemning. It's actually the most selfless thing that you can do, is to claim the power of who you truly are. That is the greatest gift that you can give to yourself and to others. And then if you believe in God, which is your imagination, you can literally create any state that you want. As long as you're a victim to your reality, you have no power over it. I mean, you're creating it anyway, but you're believing yourself to be a victim, so therefore reality is reflecting back states of conscious or circumstances that prove you're a victim, and then you think that that's the way things are, but you don't realize that you're actually causing it by holding the state of victimhood. So when you believe in your imagination, then you can create any state that you want. So you can be penniless, you can be in debt, and you can create in your imagination the state of wealth. And then it's your job, it's your task to hold that state of consciousness, knowing that eventually it has to be reflected back in reality, because that's just how this whole game works. Then you're not concerned with what's happening in reality, you're only concerned with what's happening in your imagination. For He is the only God. Do that and you will never go wrong. And I just want to break this sentence down because it can be misconstrued. First of all, sometimes when we're talking about using gender terms, it can kind of put people off. And I don't want anyone to be put off by the language that's used here, because these teachings are so profound. Don't let a little word like he or man put you off these teachings, because if you go back to the original definitions of these words, you'll actually see that they don't mean what they mean today. So the word he is actually comes from the 5th letter in the Hebrew alphabet, which is Hey, and it actually means the marriage between the spiritual world and the physical world. It isn't actually a gender term. That has been something that's been evolved over time, and it's just good to remember that so that you're not off put if you have a resistance, which I did originally. The use of these terms, it kind of was putting me off, but you just have to stick with it. And then when you realize what the original meanings of the words are, it actually brings you right back to how they were used. And trust in your imagination. That is your job. That's up to you. We exercise trust. We exercise faith and fidelity to so much that we experience in our life. For example, imagine you're getting on a plane, you're flying somewhere. You have faith that if you get on this plane is going to take you where you need to go. Now, what you're doing is you're placing trust in the pilot, all the engineers that have ensured that this plane is going to fly you where you need to go. Now, you haven't asked for the pilot's credentials. You just trust the company that they've done that for you, and you're not asking the engineers to go over their work a second time because you trust that they're going to do their job. We place trust in so many things throughout the day, and all we're doing is simply doing the same thing with our imagination. We're trusting that if we do what we know our work is to do, which is to hold the imaginal act in our imagination, and we just trust knowing that this is how life works. If we trust what it is we're holding in consciousness and persist with that state of consciousness, it has to be outpictured in our reality. That's all we're doing. We're doing what we do throughout the day all the time. We are trusting that that barista is going to make the coffee that we ordered, because we put the order in and we trust that that's going to get to the barista and the barista is going to come back with our cup of coffee. We don't even question it. We just assume that that's how things work. We put the order in, the order comes back. And then if the order comes back wrong, we realize we just correct it. We say, actually, I didn't order this. I ordered this instead. Can you please correct it? And it gets corrected, and then it comes back the way we ordered it. We are doing this. We are working with this process all the time with the most trivial things in our life. life, and also the big things. You're driving a car, you're trusting that the company has made the car that is safe and it is going to get you to where and you're going to be able to drive it and get to where you need to go. We are constantly putting our faith and trust in so many things. Put it into your imagination and trust the one thing that's actually causing your entire reality. We trust so much except our own wonderful human imagination, as Neville would say. So that's what this quote is saying. You are your own authority. Do not believe in anything or anyone outside of you. Test everything that you hear and decide if that's an assumption that you want to keep in your consciousness. You get to decide. It's entirely up to you. You are the one who makes the decision as what is true and what is not. All you have to do is to hold firm and steadfast, which is what trust means, to the imaginal acts, to the state of consciousness that you want to experience, and it will be reflected back in your reality, because that is how this works. All right, that's all I wanted to share. Thank you for listening. Please remember, you are the creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you and assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. This is my wish for you. Thank you for listening. Please feel free to like, comment, and share with family and friends. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye.